Well, again, I've appreciated the way guys have been going about spring practice, and today I thought was a good finish to the week. Obviously, there's a lot we've got to continue to work on, and I think it doesn't matter if you're doing well, and you got to make sure then you're doing it consistently. And you're starting to see some guys, that have that, and I think there's another group that's finding it now. Can you do it consistently? And there's still more than enough stuff that needs to be cleaned up, for us to go. And so we just got to take advantage of the opportunities that we get, because I think when you come out of spring ball, you got to, as a player, you put yourself in a position to be in a role. Not that the roles are finalized by any means, but you put yourself in a position and you put yourself in a spot where you get more reps or you don't get as many reps. And so we just got to keep going on it. And certainly there's things that no matter what you're doing, you got to continue to work on. And that's what you love about spring ball, is that there is chances to work. And so we got to just keep maximizing it.
Along those lines, I know Sheridan's looking at a bunch of guys.
Yep.
But Tate Grass has been with that first unit all spring. What have you seen from him in the off season and so far this spring that might give him a chance to have a role?
Yeah, I think what you said there, and that how he's approached the off season, and I think that really the work that Tate's put in to this point is kind of a great example for guys that you just keep going. And so when opportunities present itself, and he's been extremely consistent, and but it's not something he just turned, in my opinion, it's not like he just turned it on at the start of spring, like, okay, I'm going to go out now. It's been his approach, and I think he's obviously more than comfortable with who he is. I think he's trusting the work that he put in, whether it's in the weight room or the film room, and it's showing up on the field. And I think one thing we've talked about a lot, on the last couple Saturdays is you got to practice how to play too, just where you can cut it loose and play. And I think Tate's doing that. That he's trusting his work, trusting his technique, and trusting his eyes. And just going out and playing. And I think that what leads to, I think he's having a really good spring.
You use the word consistent. That's not a sexy word, but for a coach,
really good.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I mean, what can you bank on? What do you know? And I think it's also something that, that for a player that puts you at ease, and it frees you up. And I think that then allows you to build on. If you truly trust yourself, you're confident in yourself, then you'll trust it and you'll cut it loose. And then how can you keep working on that?
Nate Van Zelst has basically taken all the kicks for you this spring. Vito, I think, there's an injury. But
yeah.
Did you see this coming from Nate when you recruited him and last year?
I mean, I think we were excited, and to have him join us was a good thing. I can't say I was really, I didn't know what to, I trusted, kind of, he was here for a reason, and he put the work in, and it's good. And you try to put him in. Last couple Saturdays, you kind of put him in the unscripted and see how guys respond, and so that's part of it for him. But again, how do you take advantage of your opportunities? And when you do get them, you need to take advantage. But I think he's been doing a pretty good job with that.
Braylon early in spring said that one of his big goals is to become a better receiver.
Yeah.
How have you seen him go about that, and how do you feel about him as a receiving guy out of the backfield right now?
I think he's working at it, and I think as you go with him, you're finding out more. What fits his wheelhouse, and also I think you can kind of project that to the other backs that aren't practicing. He's certainly talented there, and I think for us to be what we want to be, I think we've got certainly Braylon, but I think we got a few backs that can be, they can do a lot of what you need to do to be a good receiver, and so I think that's something we got to continue to just keep building on and growing.
We've got a week of spring ball left, but do you like what you've seen so far in terms of trying to diversify the passing game a little bit and utilize more weapons? Has it come along the way that you hoped it would?
Yeah, I think, as you go with spring, you're a big part of it is, to me, is, what are the strengths of each guy? And then you try to have enough different things so you can kind of find if something really fits them, and then obviously it's got to match up with what fits, kind of the whole scheme. But so I've liked kind of the way we're approaching it that way, and I think you see guys where you say, okay, that could be something that could kind of be sustainable, and you got to then do it consistently. I think that's one of the groups where you say, okay, there's been some good, but you got to maintain the consistency of it.